Managing business life and family life with 3 kids is definitely a challenge. My name is Dallas Pruitt. I grew up in Salem, Utah. People ask me where I'm from. I live in Spanish Fork, but I will always claim Salem, Utah as my home. I take a lot of pride in saying that I'm from Salem, Utah. For whatever reason, that's just always been my response. The community I grew up in, they're a huge part of my life and who I am and why I am the way I am. And those great pieces that they helped build up in me, I want to just continue to make them proud, I guess. So I always make it a point to say I'm from Salem. I am a family guy. I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I have 3 beautiful kids and 1 more on the way. Capri is my oldest. She is 9, Crosby is 7, and then I have a little fiery little girl named Dylan. And my wife's name's Haley, and she's the most unbelievable human being on the face of planet Earth. Managing business life and family life with 3 kids is definitely a challenge. In the initial stages, I could recognize early that it was going to continue to be a challenge and that it was never going to go away. So one thing that I did early on in my career was I set the priority, right? For me, it's always been God, family, my work. There's certain times in the day where I cut work off and I take those problems that we're trying to solve and the solutions that we're working towards, and I shelf them. I go through a visual process even when I get home, and I hang stuff up on my fence just mentally so that when I go into my house, I know it's off limits. And I try not to take that into my family life, right? And let those things that should have no control over those other things and have a negative impact. Hanging stuff up on the fence or just going through that visual progression actually was something that started long before I even started my business. You know, I was the mental health specialist for a school district, and we worked with students who had a lot of heavy things going on. It was difficult in those early stages to not carry that emotion with you outside of work. But that started, within that environment. I'd walk out of my school where I worked, and when I shut my door, I imagined all those, problems that we faced and solutions that we were working on. I always make it a point to say solutions followed by problems, right? I don't like to focus on problems, I like to focus on solutions. So I would close the door, take all those problems and all the solutions we were working on for those problems, I'd shut the door and they'd stay in there, and when I flipped that switch, it was over. And then I'd pick it right back up and we went back. There is no reason that those things should have an impact on another sphere of my life. I like to call it harmony, right? Work-life harmony is more the term that I would use than balance. I think balance is an illusion. It's up to us to determine how we're going to harmonize, how well we're going to harmonize our lives. And again, priorities is a big part of that. For me, God, family, work. Those are some processes that I go through, and it makes a huge difference for me in putting myself in that headspace and making that change.